Alright folks, in this video I'm going to give you 5 absolutely crucial tips for building incredible Amazon FBA listings. So honestly, one of the reasons that I'm still insanely bullish on Amazon FBA is the fact that the vast majority of sellers, they absolutely suck at branding, marketing, and creating high converting listings. So what this means is that if you have a great product that brings more value to the customer and you can combine that with a beautiful listing, branding, and intelligent marketing, then your chances of success are so much higher than the average seller. So tip number 1 is use a professional photographer. Now you might think that this is a bit of an obvious tip, right? But for some reason, a lot of people are still choosing to either take the photos themselves, use a really budget photographer, or use really poor looking 3D renders and badly photoshopped photos. So think about it, right? If you've gone to the trouble of researching, planning, and ordering an amazing product, don't then go and skip and save on the photos. Our customers, they shop honestly mostly with their eyes. They make the vast majority of their decisions based on your product photos. Obviously, I know that reviews matter, right? But we've seen high conversion rates and great sales with new products that have 0 reviews. So honestly, I can't stress enough how important your photos are. So make sure you give them the love that they deserve. So your photos need to be broken down into 2 parts. The first is amazing studio shot, which are on a white background. So they're the sort of things that you'll use for your hero image, and then you can sprinkle those across your main images and the images in your EBC. So the second is your lifestyle images. Now these are where a lot of people start turning to cheap Photoshop, which is almost always insanely obvious, and it doesn't really communicate a lot of quality to the customer. You'll see this a lot in Chinese sellers. They use a lot of Photoshop. I know it's more expensive to use real photos, and that's obviously why people do it. It's more expensive to use real props and real locations, but honestly, it's worth doing it because it gives your listing that extra feel of quality. So don't skimp and save on your photos on your listing. All right, so tip number 2 is subscribe to the Honest Entrepreneur's YouTube channel. Obviously, that's not tip number 2. So tip number 2 is use benefit-driven copy. So people don't really buy products because of the features. They buy products because of the benefits that they get from those features. So imagine that I'm selling mobile phones, right? And what I've done is I've upgraded the battery to a Lithium Pro 500V Mega Max 2. That's not a real thing. When I'm selling this to the customer, they don't give a shit what model the battery is or what it's called. The customer cares about the benefit that they get from the Lithium Pro 500C Mega Max, whatever it is, which is more time using their phone without needing to charge it. So imagine you're selling an air fryer that has a removable basket. The customer doesn't care about the removable basket. They care about it being easier to clean after they've used it. So what you need to do with the listing is lead with the benefit, i.e. it being easier to clean. Then you mention the feature, which is the removable basket. So when we talk about copy, we often just think about the bullet points, right? But the most important place for conversion focused and benefit focused copy is in your images and on your EBC. So as I previously drummed home about your images being super important for and integral for your success, part of that is the fact that you can drive home key benefits of the product that you're selling using the copy within the images. So this is kind of like tip number 1.5, but you should be using benefit-driven copy, not just in your bullet points, but also everywhere else on your listing. All right, so tip number 3 is use product videos. Now for this, you're gonna need brand registry, which for us is absolutely essential anyway, for multiple reasons. But product videos are an amazing way to differentiate your brand and communicate the quality and the benefits, features, and everything else of your product in a really efficient way. So if you've got a healthy budget, you can generally find a photographer or a studio that they can take your photos and film some amazing videos for you. Or if you're feeling creative, honestly, you can get influencers or friends to create what's known as user-generated content style videos. These are the sorts of videos that are like massive on TikTok at the moment. They can be really useful in your listings to help your conversion rate. So these are where you see somebody picking up the product, they're talking about it in a very natural way. It doesn't really feel like an advert. It feels sort of just like natural, like it's just somebody doing a review just because they like making reviews. So tip number 4 is to utilize the space that you have on your listing very efficiently. So a mistake that I see people making is that they waste the space that they have available. So what I mean by that is that you really only have 7 to 9 images at the top, and then you have the space below for your your EBC. So when you've got a limited number of spots for images, you need to make sure that each image is talking about something different each time. So image number 1 is your hero image. Now the purpose of this is to stand out, and it's to get somebody to click from the search results page. Image number 2, that should contain your strongest benefit. So what's the best thing about your product versus the competition? That's what you want to hammer home in image number 2 so people don't miss it. Then the images after that, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the images in your EBC, they should obviously talk about the other benefits, but the key here is don't repeat the same benefit multiple times. So customers, they have an limited attention span, right? So people browse very quickly, and you might not get another chance to tell them about all the benefits of your product. So you need to imagine that you're telling your customers a story, and you want to start with the strongest points, and then you want to lead them through a wonderful tale of benefits, remember, not features, until they arrive at the conclusion that your product is better than the 1,500 other products that they've just seen. All right, so tip number 5 is tell your customers about other products in your brand on your listing. So if you've seen our other videos, you know that we're massive advocates of building brands on Amazon, right? So one of the main benefits of having a brand is that you can have a range of products that your customer or your avatar, demographic, whatever, might be interested in. So if this is the case for you, what you can do is really highlight this on your own listing. So you can use one of your main images to showcase the other products in your brand and encourage customers to buy multiple things from you. So you can either do this in the main images at the top, or you can do it with a brand story which sits just above your EBC. So you can have a carousel of all your different products so they can check them out and scroll sideways and see everything that you offer. Or you can do this at the same time by running sponsored display ads or product display ads on your own listings for your other products. All right, folks, so that's it. I hope you enjoyed the 5 tips. Check out this video here where I outline our $100,000 month in March. I'm going to show you everything that you need to know, all of the net profit, everything in there. And if you've not liked, subscribe, and all that jazz, I don't know what the hell you're waiting for. Get it done. Like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. I'll see you in the next video.